Hello everyone, this is Migo Hunter, and today we have an Exceed match, finally, in Chimera's Summer Bash tournaments, round one between Curubethion and pwnbyplywood. I know Curubethion Carpe from Yomi, so I'll probably be cheering for him, but otherwise this commentary will be unbiased, totally unbiased. But I also see Poem by Plywood. I played against him last Jungies Japes. Good to see him back. So, and I know Carpe played in Jungies Japes 1, which was like a year ago or something. It's crazy. Anyway, I know both these players, and they've brought some interesting teams. Carpe is running Hilda, Hakumen, Plague Knight, Guile, and Poem by Plywood's running M. Bison. I remember him for his M. Bison. Beheaded, Gordo, and Noel. And so, yeah, there's three Gordo players in this tournament, and Pomaply was one of them. So, be interesting to see if he actually plays him. As a Gordo main myself, but yeah, first pick is anyone's guess. I know Carpe really likes Hilda, so maybe Hilda will be his first pick here. And if we're going by comfort pick, Pomaply would probably play Bison. Oh yeah, Pomaply would I think it was Propeller Knight. Played Propeller Knight Junkies Japes 2, but now switched over to Beheaded. All right, Carpe has selected. Both players are selected. Okay, looks like Pop was going to bring out the Beheaded. Ah, and then the Hakumen from Carpe. So it looks like Carpe is actually just going to his comfort pick. I know he played a lot of Hakumen in the first Junkies Japes. And Beheaded. This will be the first time I see Poma Pai would play Beheaded. Should be an interesting matchup. I think Hakumen's slow pace does benefit Beheaded because Beheaded will get time to get his transformations. No, not transformations. What do you call it? Traits. There we go. The permanent bonuses, traits. But yeah, Hakumen will give time for Beheaded to get his traits online. So on on a first glance, it seems like Beheaded should be favored, maybe a bit. But Hakumen definitely has ways to just brawl with Beheaded, trade with him, amazing ultras, and an amazing astral. So we'll see. We'll see who comes up on top. Beheaded can also zone a little bit, while Hakumen does not have that capability, except for Shippu, which I guess is a fireball. But yeah, the workhorse cards for Hakumen are Zantetsu, all his ultras, and Gurren is actually pretty good as well, just as a poke and to gain advantage. I think they should get rid of the hidden zones. Start turn, maybe? I haven't used hidden zones in a while. Not doing it. Hmm. Maybe Carp has to do it? Maybe it doesn't go away. Hmm. been annoying to have this text in front. I wonder how to turn it off. I think they have to do it. I can't do it. Hmm. Or maybe they're just gonna play with these up. Okay, no big deal. If it's not getting in the way for them. Ah, there we go, finally. Okay, so it looks like pwnbyplywood won the coin toss. Alexa go first. And yeah. By the way, I think a pro tip is that with season 2 gone, it's unless you want a bigger mulligan, which is an extra mulligan of one card, which is rare, you would just want to go first pretty much all the time. Because if you want more cards, you can simply just prep turn 1. And immediately have card advantage over the opponent, and then, the opponent has to do something. There we go. So prep turn 1 from Beheaded. Knock him in. Not the one to usually initiate strikes unless he can gain advantage or he sees an opportunity to do so. So we'll probably just elect to prep CC 0 even, maybe even boost. Interesting. Drops the sweep to move to range 3. Perhaps he has something good at range 3, maybe a EX Assault or... Hmm, interesting decision to drop the sweep there. Sweep is such a good normal and also has a light on it. Let's... Oh yeah, Hakumen also does love normals to some extent because normals allow him to just strike without having to spend gauge because all his specials pretty much require gauge to be spent. Yet initiating a strike at range 3 could be anything, really. Wrenching Whip into Yanagi. Oh, Yanagi a good choice here. Wrenching Whip, no matter what he does, pusher pulls him, he's can close to and him back. So a good choice. And it will be a favorable trade for Hakumen, of course. Elects to push him 2. It's a back for 5. Not a bad start for both players. Beheaded building up gauge is always good. Because Beheaded not only does gains a trait when he exceeds, C cost is only 2, but he also gains +1 power, +1 speed for the next combat, which is a really strong tempo shift. See second Yanagi being added to gauge here from Hakumen's UA. Hmm. It'll be interesting to see what pwnbyplywood decides to take for his first trait when time comes. See a strike initiated. Since he pushed him to range 4 with the wrenching whip, perhaps it's just a telegraph cross. One Yanagi is down, another Yanagi is down, so a cross will be pretty safe here. Yeah, it's a cross. Carver plays sweep, which whiffs. The cross was heavily telegraphed because Reggie Whip pushed him to 4. But don't know, could have been something cheeky like an assault or even another wrenching whip. Welcome and choosing to boost armor guard. There's no armor guard, he can dive in safely. Yeah, infantry bow is only going to do 4 damage when he doesn't have any traits up. Might see an immediate flip from beheaded here, but only if he has something to threaten with, or immediately threaten with, ideally. Because you don't want to flip and waste the +1 power, +1 speed granted by the exceed. Okay, there we go, +1 power, +1 speed. And at range 4, he might take the extra range, tactics, or would he take brutality to pop guard? Survival doesn't seem good here at this particular game state, but I could be wrong. Brutality is good because Hakumen's pretty slow, and Brutality can help pop his guard. But so is Tactics, just to zone him out a little. Okay, we see the Brutality taken first. Um, draw for end of turn. Okay. So Brutality taken does present an immediate +3 power, +1 speed threat, which is spooky. But wow, Hakumen just walks through range 3 with no fear. Against +3 power, +1 speed. Um, very brave move from him. Again, I'm not sure what he's trending at range 3, but he could have something, a surprise EX assault and defense, perhaps. Would be prudent for Beheaded to initiate a strike here, potentially. Just to take advantage of a range 3 mix on +1 speed. Just get in an assault or something like that. Yep, we've seen immediate strike here. Hopefully Carfe hasn't forgotten that Beheaded has extra speed. It's an easy mistake to make, by the way. Just forgetting that Beheaded has extra stats post-exceed. It's a mistake that can cost a lot of people. Oh, here comes an EX. EX Assault? Oh. Oh, wait. It will trade with Dive Attack because EX Assault has enough defenses. Right, this is actually, wait, does it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. 6 power Dive Attack. Um, will actually. Wow. Now we know why Carpe moved to range 3. Taking 4 damage because of 2 armor. And then Hakumen will hit back for 5. Not stunned. And then reverts back. Well played. EX Assault would defend up actually really good, even against the Beheaded stat line. Nicely played. Hakumen building up that gauge. It's almost to 8 if he chooses to overdrive. I've seen games where Hakumen's never overdrives because they play the ultras immediately. But I don't know if that'll be the case here. Both players even life. Okay, Beheaded prepping. Didn't like his hand. Gives Hakumen even more time. Which is fine because Hakumen, you can't stop Hakumen from building resources. You just can't. It's an inevitability. So It's fine to take your time versus Hakumen. What's important is winning strikes cleanly versus Hakumen. If you can't, like either by spiking him, diving him, or just stunning him out of his faster options. Because Hakumen can and will be a trading monster when he has ultras up. Or even just Zantetsu. Don't get hit by Zantetsu. Nasty card. Cost him 2 gauge, but it's well worth it. See Hakumen thinking. Spends a force? Hmm? Ah, change cards 1. Ah. Doesn't want to overdraw and tosses away an Enma because he doesn't value it. Okay. And he is almost there. Almost 2d8 gauge. Here we see, oh, that's an immediate response. Ah, yep. The safest block in the world in range 1. Grasp is only going to do 1 damage. Just takes the 1. Beheaded keeps Hakumen at range 1, but takes the longer side of the board. Might see an immediate overdrive for Hakumen here. Okay, copies his discard as reference. Very nice of Carpet to do that. And overdrives. It's because this triggers a free reshuffle for Hakumen, and he gets a fresh new deck. So now Hakumen, Order Hakumen is scary because everything he has is free. All his gauge cost is free. So his ultras are free, his specials are free, and there's one particular boost I saw. Tsubaki actually becomes a free +3 power. Actually crazy. Tsubaki Hakumen Overdrive, because the whole gauge cost of that boost is free. Okay. The Hakumen card is getting bigger because he's clicked on it a few times, as you can see. Beheaded responds with immediate flip. So now Beheaded has all the stats. Speed, armor guard, and power. Did you drop end of turn? Don't forget. Alright. How will Hakumen contend with these stats? I think, oh, I did see what card he took back. Oh, strikes. Doesn't care about the stats. Could he be threatening an assault shield with the extra armor guard? Assault shield. Oh, could actually be very bad if it hits into a Shippu. This might be like the fastest Shippu ever. However, if Biet is correct, it calls him out of the Shippu, he can actually stun a bounce. Can he? Can Beheaded stun him out of Shippu? No, I don't think he can, actually. And I don't know what Carpe took back. It was too fast for me to see. Yeah, this might actually be a Shippu here. Very safe. Beheaded just has to call out with a dive. If Beheaded thinks it's a slow, I think you just match dive here. 100%. You got the corn. You got that good positioning for dive to actually work. Is he doing it? Is this a dive? Oh, it isn't. Oh, it's just a sweep. Well, sweep will actually trade with Shipu. Somewhat fine. He'll take 5 damage. Pulls a card. Pulls Renka, not terribly valuable. And Hakumen will hit back for 8. So good. Shipu is such a nasty ultra when you get that sweet spot of range 1 to 2. I think Beheaded should have dove there if he had a dive. It did seem, the slow did seem pretty telegraphed, but um, Hakumen doesn't have. One thing you can explain about Hakumen is that he doesn't really have much of a fast 7 mix-up. He really only has Enma as his only fast on-curve option. Actually, Enma and Gurren, but Gurren requires some range to actually be above curve. So Hakumen's overall a slow character. So dives are very important against him. If pwnbyplywood also had the +1 speed on his Exceed side, so it's going to be hard to initiate fast into +1 speed. We see a dodge roll from Beheaded just to get some range. Hawkman overdrive triggers, get to pull back, get a card back. Perfect time to play a Gurren if he has one. Okay, takes back Yukikaze. His counter ultra that prevents him from dying. Very good. He should probably shuffle his hand before he strikes, but yeah, because if pwnbyplywood is a note of paid attention, you would realize that he did not play his Yukikaze. So this screams to be a Gurren. I don't think we've seen what a Gurren played yet, and the Gurren seems to make sense here, just to close, hits, gain advantage. Maybe he'll respond with Salt Shield here. Focus. Well, that focus will no focus will actually miss. However, he only takes 1, gets to draw a card. Just closes 1 to make focus whiff and gain advantage. All right, Hakumen Overdrive triggers again. You see a focus in Hakumen's Overdrive. Might even choose to do a reading if he so desires. No, he tosses away the focus. That's surprising. Doesn't care about the reading. Gets back grasp. Hmm. Hmm. Shuffle your hand, Carpe. Shuffle it. No. You're supposed to shuffle your hand. Oh well. I'll tell him after the game to do that more often. What could this be? It's range 3, so could be anything. Could be an on-curve assault. It's not terribly likely because he just reached up. Both of the assaults are down. So it's probably just I feel like it's just a spike or a dive. And the beheaded has on-curve defense. He can respond to that properly. Why do you drop the focus? Alright, flip. Oh, it's a Yanagi. Huh. And he responds with Phaser. He will, Yanagi still gets the bonus power though because he was hit. So he will hit back for 4. However, Beheaded gains +4 power. Pretty good. Alright, so Hakumen's turn is ending. Beheaded does have the +4 power. May choose to strike here to take advantage. Maybe with Twin Daggers, we haven't seen that yet. Under curve at range 1, but hits for a billion. No, just choose the prep. A bit slow tempo move there. Hopefully Hakumen doesn't have a tech to just immediately diffuse the +4 power. Counter boosting with massive is also not a bad decision here. Just to give yourself enough defenses against +4 power. But I think Yukikaze is probably too valuable. And Hakumen is close to getting 4 gauge. Hmm. The phaser on defense into prep is interesting, but perhaps he was calling out oh, just boost +2 power. Oh, okay. He's getting grass to set himself up for a Yukikaze, an 8 power Yukikaze. So if he had to choose to hit him with anything, then uh, Carpe will hit back for 8s, which will probably kill unless Beheaded has armor. However, Yukikaze is 2 speed, so he has to be careful because if um, he's initiating with something like Assault Shield with only 1 speed, it's just going to be slower. So therefore, Yukikaze will not even trigger. Being slower than Yukikaze is a strategy that I think gets overlooked a little bit. But there's a reason why it's 2 speed instead of 1 speed or 0 speed. You can just initiate focus or initiate a 1 speed special, a slow, to just ignore it entirely. Tough turn for pwnbyplywood here. Hawkman up 7 life. That's 4 gauge. And is cornered as well. If I was beheaded here, I might just initiate with Assault Shield and call it a day. Probably seems like the good choice to potentially bait out Yukikaze. And then it has 3 armor. Yeah, 3 armor with his straights. Can hit back quite hard, especially with +4 power. Hell, you don't even need to get the bonus power on Assault Shield. because it's just gonna be a straight up 7 power right now without um, even the hit effect being taken into consideration. Yeah, just initiate Assault Shield, and if Hakumen Yukikazes, then Yukikaze will whiff, and Hakumen just takes 7 and looks like a fool. But I don't know if Poma Plywood realizes that Yukikaze is only 2 speed. I mean, is 2 speed, and is not slower. Oh man, even with +4 power, he is a little bit spooked right now. That's what Yukikaze can do to you. Just the threat of this Ultra alone will make any person quiver in their boots. Even, especially if Hakumen has life lead. Hakumen has life lead, Yukikaze is just like, you know, so good. Could we see a desperation reading from Poem by Plywood? I don't think we've seen both focuses dropped. Might be a way to just, what? No normals are in Hakumen's hand. Is it just a grasp? I don't remember. Hmm. There we go. I knew when he was, I felt like he was setting up for a reading turn if he was, desperately searching. The reading whiffs. Oh no. Assault, cross, grasp. We're not called. I wonder what he called. Looks like Hakuin actually got his. Oh, actually, the assault is from his overdrive. Oh, sweep. Oh, that's pretty telling. Could he just be dead here? I think if you call if you call sweep, if you call sweep. Oh, maybe he's still playing assault shield. Call sweep, play assault shield. Would that be okay? 8 power sweep into 3 armor. I mean, Beheaded would live, and then Beheaded hits back for. Well, how much does he hit back for? Hold up. 4 guard, 4 power, 4 8, 9 10. Okay, he just plays cross to be safe. Oh, it's an assault. Okay, so that's a pretty risky assault because Yukikaze will. That cross should hit for 5. Ah, there we go. He got it. All right. So the reading whiffs. Hakumen successfully crosses out. The cross for Hakumen also was pretty risky too. Um, Especially with a sweep call, right? Like if he's playing something like something a 6 speed like Wolf Daggers, then he's gets destroyed by a billion damage. Um, that was risky on Hakumen's part to play cross. Wow, yeah, that was really risky. I'm surprised he didn't play Yukikaze, but and he's striking melee. So is he just striking? He's just striking with Yanagi at this point, but because of the close two. Yeah, he's just striking Yanagi. So Beheaded's response is to just have enough, maybe just play Assault Shield, just have enough armor to survive and not hit Hakumen, obviously. Well, I mean, don't hit Hakumen first. So just Assault Shield or block or cross, because this is pretty much just a face-up Yanagi. Yeah, just blocks it. Has to spend the gauge here. Only takes 1 damage right now. Does he want to block the whole thing? Actually relevant here, because every point of life matters. Whoa, whoa, Yanagi should go gauge. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I shouldn't micromanage, but I just want to make sure they get it. I think it might be relevant for. Okay, looks like he's gonna drop a force to block the whole thing. Yeah, because with 2 HP, there will be situations where Assault Shield with 3 armor is gonna help you survive. Oh no, never mind. Now he's down to 1. So maybe all these cards probably valuable to him, but at this point it's looking bleak. Nakumin has so many resources, has Yukikaze alive. Choose the prep. Okay. Okay, Hakumen decides to prep as well. Honestly thought he might just initiate Renka, but or I mean initiating Enma is good too, just because it's on curve, 4 damage, right? But no, just choose to elect to prep instead. I don't know if Beheaded is out of blocks. Yeah, Enma had 4 damage. Even the tree armor assault shield wouldn't save him. So I wonder why he didn't just initiate there. Nevertheless, Beheaded is still in a terrible spot. It's not exceeded. Has 2 traits, sure, but it's down 13 life, 1 HP. And Hakumen has a counter ultra known. There's pretty much pwnbyplywood pretty much at this point just has to outplay Carpe completely, and even at some point has to purposely miss Hakumen or go slower than Hakumen so that Yukaze will not hit. That's a lot to ask for. So this is looking like a game 1 of Carpe unless pwnbyplywood manages just win combat cleanly every time against a non-dying ultra. Hmm. Maybe if Hakumen, I mean, if okay, he parries the Yukaze. Okay, all right, doesn't want to worry about it anymore. However, he does drop his second block. So Hakumen mashes Enma here and wins, unless the winning play here is probably just to mash Enma and win, unless Beheaded has EX Assault Shield. That's the only answer. Yeah, tough situation for pwnbyplywood here. Parry being on block is definitely tough because you eliminate a threat, but then you give up. Okay, boost reach, now strike. Is he telegraphing the grasp here? The grasp is not going to be safe. Not going to be safe against Assault Shield. Unless this is... Unless this is an Enma. Maybe this is a +1 range Enma to catch cross? Or EX cross? No. No, EX cross would stun Enma. So this is just grasp, right? And that would be a mistake against Assault Shield. Oh no, Carpe. No, no, no. That is not... If you don't know about Assault Shield on Beheaded, he'll make you pay for it. And I'm 100% serious about that. Because holy shit, Assault Shield just deltas like crazy. This is very bad. I think Carpe could have won this game. Well, actually, no, he had block. Pwnbyplywood had block earlier, so he would not have won. But mashing Enma was just the correct play to do this turn, and he didn't do it, unfortunately. Maybe he forgot Enma has before close one, so he does no damage. And Assault Shield hit back for 7. Is that right? Yes, 7. 4 guard, +2 power, 7. Yep. Wait, Carpe was at 14. Should hit back for 7. Math, people. Yeah, and that's why, yes, beheaded, that's beheaded for you. He just plugs on extra stats, and sometimes it's easy to forget. Looks like Pwnbyplywood would actually, oh, okay, never mind. He purposely spread his discard pile. I thought it was by accident. But he wants to seal the cards lined up in a row instead of having to search. So yeah, what became suddenly Hawk Beheaded has a chance here. The cards Assault and Marenka aren't really good for defending against Beheaded with extra stats. If Pwnbyplywood plays this carefully, he could just win here. One Yukikaze's down, but there's also another somewhere in the deck. Or in Hakumen's hand. Okay, yeah, okay, he doesn't have the Enma, because he spent it for Reach. Enma's Reach. No. Renka. Oh, I probably shouldn't correct him. At this point, it's his fault that he's not tracking stuff properly, but Renka was the one with Reach, not Enma. Understandable mistake, because all Hakumen's attacks look the same. Okay, we're gonna see and exceed for the +1 power, +1 speed, if anything. The range does not really matter. I mean, it does not matter at range 1, especially with you had only at 1 HP. But the plus one power, plus one speed does matter. So maybe he'll just exceed here. But yeah, hopefully people has someone to spectate their matches or to just to cast or record or even just to oversee it because like as we see in this set, this first game, it's very easy to make mistakes and small little stuff like missing a damage here and there, missing a card here and there, it's gonna affect the outcome of the game. So for people scheduling tournament matches, make sure to have someone host a room or just record or watch, just for while both players prep. Huh. I mean, actually, it makes sense for Aquaman to prep here, just to dig for a second Yukikaze. And he's also one away from Overdrive, and Overdrive can be a real lifesaver. Free Yukikazes, Akametsu, is that a factor here? This is less of a factor since Akuman's at 7 HP. 7 HP is not that good. Pokemon Plywood has to perceive a caution here. Could just get hit by a Yukikaze at any point in time. Okay, Tornado, plus one speed and switches side. I wonder what he's trending here. Oh, we see a parry from Hakumen. He's gonna parry Assault Shield, maybe? Assault Shield does seem like the only thing. Parry's dive. Ah, interesting parry choice. But at the same time, dive is the answer to a lot of Hakumen's slow specials. And the answer to just dodge Yukikaze, of course. Oh, you could have just have Shipu here as well. Shipu also works to just kill Beheaded. Okay, we see a reshuffle from Beheaded. Maybe to get a second block back. If there's a way to help you survive at 1 HP, it's block. So maybe a reshuffle makes sense here. Oh, looks like cpat just wants to step in and take a look-see. I will give him the deets to this room. Okay, so we do see a reshuffle from Beheaded. Getting a second block. Trying to get a second block at least. Or just more answers. I think Hakumen should try and do something to close out this game. Because the more time he takes... Oh. EX. What is this? This EX should be telegraphed, right? With only 5 cards left, this EX does seem like it could be only one thing. Is it Enma? EX Enma. That seems like a pretty resounding way to close out the game. I'm not sure if There's a way for Beheaded to dodge that. Oh, never mind. It's the wave of denial. I forgot he has a push 3. Okay, that's pretty relevant. Oh no. So this hits for... He forgot about the speed boost. Oh, dearie me. Yes, don't forget about Beheaded's extra stats. He gains a bunch of random stats attached to his stuff, and you gotta make sure. Should hit for... Oh, hits for 6. Oh, oh, this is bad. Yeah, this hits for, yeah. 6 minus 1 armor, takes 5, and he has suspended gauge as well. Closes 1 at least, doesn't get stunned. My goodness, this is not good at all. Suddenly the game is pretty much dead even. I think Beheaded only has to worry about Yukikaze. Wait, what? Oh, I guess he's stunned. Never mind. I see. Not enough guard and armor. You're right. Even I missed that. 6 power. The tornado should drop. Tornado should go to discard. AKA tactical. Season 6 has a lot of tornadoes, aka tacticals. Well, not a lot, but I think 2 or 3 characters have him. But yeah, this is no good. At least Carpe hopefully has prepped enough to get the second Yukikaze, right? And that would be a good get out of jail free card for a turn. But at the same time, at range 4, there is a Beheaded can easily purposely miss and make Yukikaze just fizzle. But yeah, what turned from like a very dominating game from Carpe, it's suddenly extremely close. And I think it is a result of Carpe just missing the Enma opportunity really cost him. And the EX Enma turns out to be not good enough against the 8-speed Wave of Denial. Hmm. This is going to be an interesting turn, that's for sure. Well, now it's good that Carpe made the mistake earlier because now the game's even more dramatic. Could be anyone's game now. How long has the recording been going? Wow, it's almost gonna be an hour, and it's just the first game. Yikes. Hakumen games do tend to be long, but also there were some turns of deliberation. Strap in, folks. What is he motioning for an EX? Does he have a second reading? Oh, it's a CC. He has to discard 1. Okay. No? Discard the sweep. How will Hakumen close out this game? Is this Assault Enhanced still known? If it is, The reading threat can be very real, and reading assault could be how he loses. Oh man. Okay, boost speed. Oh snap. Well, that's Hakumen bleeding info for you. So now the jig is up. Hakumen does not have second Yukikaze. With plus 2 speed, he's probably just trending something like a dive or a Gurin poke. Now that's probably a big relief if you're heavy-headed to not worry about this card. Sitting engage. If he wants to use it, he has to take a turn to overdrive. Oh no, is the assault still known? Is it still known? He didn't get rid of it. Oh no. And that is how you can lose a game of Exceed if you don't discard no normals. Um, of course, this is not something you should do all the time, but if you don't discard no normals, and Poma Paiwo was digging for a reading or something valuable, something to that extent, digging for a reading or a blocker, any tools that help him win the game. And yeah, that will do it. That assault that's been sitting there for far too many turns, not doing anything in his hand, is going to be bite him in the butt later, thanks to a reading. Them's the breaks. Game one goes to Poma Plywood. Extremely close. Honestly, a highway robbery if I've ever seen one. Highway robbery of a game. Rough. I think, what was the rest of his hand? Put daggers, dive, assault. I see. But yeah, it's okay. Mistakes happen, especially first tournament game. And I think people will learn from these mistakes and come back the next round even stronger. Man, Enma. If only Enma. How many turns was beheaded at 1 HP? I think it was a good 5 or 6 turns. It was a tense standoff there. 7 plus 1 is bigger than 7. Yeah, that's math for you. That's math for you. Ooh, hopefully Carpe can pull off a win today and don't let this game kick him. He's probably kicking himself right now because of that game, but hopefully he can still pull off at least one win tonight. He had the chops for a good Hakumen game, but I think he just dropped the ball at the end. Sometimes how it goes. It's a good Carpe. You can review the tapes and you can see what went wrong. I have some choice criticism, but overall that was a very, very close game, closer than what I was expecting. But yeah, this XE is a complicated game. It's very easy to make small little mistakes here and there, and they can really cost you. I mean, I have also forgotten that Bang gets Was it a game against what was it? Oh, Bang. I forgot it before that Bang gets +1 power from his +1 power +1 speed now strike boost. So his pulverizing palm thrust, whatever that attack's called, did 5 damage, which broke my foreguard. I've made mistakes like that before in tournaments. And yeah, luckily I did not lose that game. I could have lost that game, but I did not. So mistakes like that, they come back to haunt me, and just little, just forgetting about extra stats is actually a thing in this game for sure. Especially in a character like Beheaded, which has extra stats scattered here, scattered there, scattered all over the place. And like conditional power with Assault Shield. Yeah. So we'll see what these challengers. Oh, Noel. We're gonna see Noel from pwnbyplywood. And what will Carpe pick? Hilda. 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 Let's see that Hilda. Oh, it's Guile. Okay. Guile versus Noel. Okay, so no season 6 today, unless it goes to game 3. Then we might see a season 6. Alright, Guile versus Noel. What do I know of this matchup? I think Guile might have trouble defending against Noel because Guile is mid-speed, slowish. His only fast thing he has is before advance 2. So Noel can do stuff like type 1 over him, um, muzzle flitter into him, ignore guard, uh, just make life rude for Guile. Even Shades is not as safe for Guile as he would hope because of plus of Noel's ignore guard. So Shades, while normally a great boost, well, it is still a great boost, but against Noel with muzzle flitter, has to be extra careful. And yeah, but at least Guile has an amazing economy, while Noel's economy is not as good as it's not great. It's kind of expensive to do her things. But she does have draw 3 now strike, hit gain advantage, which will help her just prep. She also has her ultra that draws her 2 cards. So Noel's economy is not too bad, actually, but still has to prep. Her stuff incurs a cost. If she wants to use a front side UA, she has to pay a gauge. Her overdrive costs 4 gauge. Costs here and there. And Guile is just a solid character. It's got a kind of all-rounder in some respects, and has ways to cash out from a big hand with preemptive, roll, close to taking an action, even just reading strike. It's really good for Guile. Okay, it looks like Carpe is taking first, understandably. It's funny that Carpe does like to pick the big hand characters because both Guile and Hakumen, well, not actually Hakumen's not a big hand character, but they both generate a lot of resources. Guile has a big hand, which sort of brings him back to his Seijin days because Carpe used to main Seijin before she got rotated out. Hilda also can also draw just a bunch of cards and generate a bunch of gauge, so seems right up her alley. All right, I'm gonna kick off by a third one, Homeland Defense boost from Guile. +1 armor, +3 guard. It's a good waiting move boost. If Noel doesn't want it to go to Gage for free, then she might initiate here with something. Maybe a dive or Noel's range 4 is quite good. Dive type 1 and Optic Barrel are all valid choices. This Optic Barrel and may advance to, yeah. So she doesn't have to close, which is good. So she can play a mix up here of above curve dive, regular dive, or just a fireball. Okay, Dragon's Dogma 2 got announced today. So I was singing a song from Dragon Dogma 1. The wind is pushing me into the clouds again. No, 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 no. I am the Dangan. That was terrible. Surely pwnbyplywood has something good to strike with turn 1. And I would strike just to not let Gauck generate free gauge. And is this boost is not particularly trending at range 4. It's just yeah, it's just there. So just go ahead strike. Come on, pwnbyplywood, just strike. +1 armor, +3 guard, who cares? Just strike, don't let him get the free gauge. It's not +1 range, it's not extra speed. It's not something that you have to worry about too much. Patience is actually even more worrying than Homeland Defense. Homeland Defense is just Gal's. I think Homeland Defense is Gal's weakest boost if he's at range 4, especially. At close range, then this armor guard doesn't really matter for his mid speeds, so it's a different story. But at range 4, who cares about this boost? Who cares? Just strike. Okay, so Noel's a pretty straightforward character as well, in my opinion. Just has to manage your resources right and space yourself correctly. Noel likes range 2. Okay, chooses to boost speed. Okay. Gal doesn't mind this at all. Just a prep, add that to gauge. Speed at range 4 is actually not a big deal, especially if, I mean, the worst that could happen is she optic barrels with at speed 5 and you can't retaliate. That's probably the worst that can happen. But even then, Gal's a guarded fireball. If he has a read, you can just sonic boom her back. Sonic boom. So plus the speed, not a big deal. Plus the speed is much more dangerous at like ranges 2, 3, where they could just boost uncontestable stuff. Okay, puts on the shades and have the Homeland Defense go to Gauge. Homeland Defense goes to Gauge. Yeah, there we go. So just puts on the shades, doesn't care about plus speed. There's no way for Null to stun Gal right now. The wind is pushing me. Oh. Uh-oh. Drive charge though. It's only the plus 2 speed scary. Could see a spike come up from Null. Has to spend a force though. So the strike gains before advance 2. Okay, so I was wrong. Null can ignore guard from here. And she can do so by muzzle flitter as well, will also work because muzzle flitter is before close 1. Yep. So yeah, I was wrong. Just boosting shades here might not have been the right call. However, she does seem to be having trouble deciding what to toss away in the discard. Okay, yep, block, yep. And now striking, perhaps with a spike or a muzzle flitter. Nice. Guile correctly guesses that it's a muzzle flitter or something that's not spike and will be able to keep his shades for another day. Uh, pwnbyplywood might elect just to not. pwnbyplywood basically has to spend a force to make Guile spend for armor, but he doesn't have to. Really good exchange for Guile here. Gets shades, gets 2 gauge. Null burnt a lot of cards and a light to do 3 damage. Very good spot for Guile here. Oh, huge draw for end of turn. Because it's 3 cards plus the 1 for end of turn. But I'd still be fine for Guile here. I thought you might have exceeded, but maybe he just wants to dig for more options. I think using frontside Guile UA is totally fine. Oh, tosses away. What? Tosses away Bulletstorm, aka Power the Eye, to just draw 3 cards? Why not just prep? Hmm, that's a pretty valuable card. Power the Eye is such a good boost. As well, and Ultra is not bad either. And more another ignore armor option to close out games. Hmm, I'm not sure I agree about that CC. Guile dropping sweep is pretty interesting as well, especially at range 1. If anything, even not playing for sweep, just playing light is very good. Because Null has no guard whatsoever except under Fireball. So you can easily outspeed a stunner unless she has DP. But yeah, let's see how this game plays out. I think still a winning position for Guile because he has he's more cards, has shades up, can auto crit with shades, so. Ooh, elects to boost +2 power. Hopefully the +2 power would not come back to bite him. Boosting grass does not come back to bite him because Null has ways to just avoid damage cleanly at range 1. Whether it's by muzzle flitter, whether it's by type 1, whether it's by just crossing out. But I think the Null is only 5 cards and barely to her deck, so um, she simply might not have an answer against +2 power. Boost Swift Attack. Plus P hit gain advantage, add this to your gauge. Pretty good boost. We see plenty of Swift Attacks in Season 6 as well. Swift Attack is a boost that was introduced. Oh, I think it was introduced in Season 5, yeah. Oh, boosts Sonic Force. Okay. Perhaps he has another sweep and is threatening a range 4 +2 power sweep so that Noel can cross out. Extra range could also benefit not much else at this point. Mostly just sweep. Just sweep will be the option here that benefits the most from extra range. Tech Shades. Okay. No more shades. Sad gal. No autocrits. Maybe a strike from Gao would be a good choice here. Just so that just strike with a sweep, in my opinion. So that Null also can't take advantage of her gain advantage because it's gonna be passing her turn anyway. Unless Null has a second muzzle flitter. That would be annoying. But what can you do? You know, sometimes the opponent has a second copy of a card. Uh, it happens. Yep, okay, we see a strike initiate for Gal here. Is it the range 4 sweep? Oh, it's a flash kick. Okay. Sadly, no crit, so it would not stun the focus, but at least he gets the good amount of damage in and gets some repositioning. Cannot push her. Takes center board. Okay. And then Null will hit back for 3. Uh, should hit back for 3. Flash kick has 1 armor. There we go. And yeah, that was a very good exchange for Null there. If Gal had played a sweep, 8 power sweep, that would have crushed her focus very handily. But Gal dropped the sweep earlier. Again, I don't know. Sweep at range 1 is so good. I don't know if you ever give that up. Hmm. So it's a bit of a tug of war back and forth. Seems like now Noel, I think, is winning at this point. Shades are down. Um, she has more gauge than him, even live. Okay, we see exceed from Gal here. Yeah, again, the earlier boosting range and then playing flash kick. I'm really not sure what the extra range is benefiting that card at all. Because if Noel wanted to cross out, she could. So it seems like a very strange decision there. I mean, if the plus one range doesn't matter, then just don't strike and just let it go to gauge automatically. Boost something or just yeah. I don't know. It's very. I think I know Carpe is very new to Gal. I'm pretty sure. Like when I played against this Gal, he admitted that was like it's only his first few times playing him or something. So maybe I think he's missing some nuance. Maybe he missed some nuances of the character, and that just down backing is perfectly fine if you can't benefit from the boost immediately. Like Gal threatens you with stats with his boosts, but if he can't take advantage of the stats, then just like the plus one range is not going to help him. So just pass your turn. Just like go to gauge for free. And now Noel has a full grip of cards and 3 gauge. Pretty good for her. Might get off a very good Advantage chain once she gets one extra gauge. Okay, strike initiated for Noel here. Wall swing. Ooh, a great wall swing. Okay, very good wall swing for Gal here. Takes 4 damage to the face. I mean, Noel takes 4 damage to the face for her troubles, and Gal only takes 1. Doesn't even get pushed. And he has a gauge so that if he wants to draw 3 and strike, he can. Okay, so we see Gal immediately taking use of his action. He can strike with whatever he so desires. I think center board is actually very good for Gal here because if Noel ever does move out of range, then he can just do a roll, you can do a preemptive dive or something like that and be fine. Okay, grasp into block. So it can put Noel, puts a range 3, okay. Noel's range 3 is not that great, so I think that's a fine choice there. Though, notably at range 3, Bulletstorm does turn on. She can even put +1 speed behind it to make it on curve. What will Noel do here? Overdrive? God's a massive hand here. Could open himself up for a reading as well in the future. Mike rats up dinner. Mid commentary. Seems like we got some time to kill. How many cards does Gal have? 10. Wow. A third of his deck in his hand. Looks like we're going to see the overdrive. There we go. Probably the good time as any. +1 speed. Gets start turn movements. And has hit gate advantage on every single strike. Really good, by the way. The best answer to Noel's overdrive is just to block and not get spiked. And if you don't have blocks, well, tough luck. She can do stuff like on-curve muzzle flitter or on-curve type 1 and ruin your day. That gains advantage, by the way. Pretty nasty. However, Gal has a bajillion cards, so you can maybe find some answers. With 10 cards right now, maybe the best course of action here is just to do a reading, strike, preemptive, strike. Null only gets a +1 speed on her turn, so Null perhaps a precursor of Season 6 because she's gains only, or both her UAs on both sides only benefit from her turn. Whenever she initiates, she can add the +1 speed. But not on defense. Null's defense actually kind of weak outside of DP. Or a hard call out in the slow by playing Muzzle Flitter type 1. What are we seeing here? Oh, a double sweep kick. Nice, very nice. Beats the on-curve defense from Null's part. I think it makes sense for her to do this just to filter out spike or dive. But Kyle just plays above curve actually and gains advantage. It's possible Guile with all these cards can just do he can do advantage change of his own. Just preemptive. Oh, chooses to gain all the cards in the world. Has a good position to strike with anything pretty much. So I don't disagree with this. Oh no. Gets called out by the on-curve defense again though. So the grass can gonna put Guile into whatever range she wants. And then yeah. It's gonna be a painful 4 turns. Unless Guile's defensive EX is to surprise her. But even defensive EXs against +1 against a +1 speed is not reliable. Wait, what? What? Why is Guile center board? Wait, could he pull him too? Okay, never mind. I was mistaken. Pushed him two with grasp, closes one, and then preps. Uh, interesting. Unfortunately, Noel wasting a turn for overdrive, just to move one, not having to answer, not having good options in hand. Surely the thing about Noel though is that you can basically make almost anything work with +1 speed that has hit gain advantage. So just position yourself wherever you want, close or retreat wherever you want, and then strike with what's good in your hand. But instead elects to prep. Feels like a waste of one turn over overdrive. Hopefully, okay, now we're gonna see a preemptive here. Has to spend a force for it, but well worth it. It's gonna crit it? No crit. Okay, now we're seeing thinking about it. Relevant crits, spinning back knuckle is very relevant. Um, what's the other one? Reverse spin kick is also very relevant as well. But Null can answer with a DP, so it's not safe. They're only 6 speed. They're only on curve. If Noel has a DP, did Gal crit? I'm not sure. Oh, I think okay. I think she just wall swung. Unfortunate. So gets hit by a 7 power spinning back knuckle. Oh, wait a second. Okay, takes out the sweep. Very good turn for Guile. Fortunately, Noel did not have the DP, and Guile took the risk that she did not have it. Either that or he didn't care. Sometimes ignorance is bliss because you could just disrespect options and then the opponent simply doesn't have it. Happens a lot in this game. Okay, overdrive goes off. Noel can close the retreat one. Okay, so okay. Noel's decide where to close the retreat one, and then probably strike. You want to take advantage of your overdrive. And then part of Noel gameplay when overdrive is there's a sequence. Well, so like you can, for example, cross into a rage option, and then oh, we see EX here. Oh, interesting. And EX with so that's essentially +2 speed. Could this be an EX spike or EX assault through? I have played EX assault through on her overdrive before. The wind is pushing me. Okay, so Guile now has to choose. Carefully deliberates whether it's EX spike or EX assault through. Either way, he just has to guess the 6 speed or the 5 speed. Okay, or he could just wall swing. There we go. Or it's just the optic barrel. Huh. Okay. Okay, never mind then. It's neither. You know, optic barrel is a spike shape. I pointed out before, but 23534 is a exact spike stat line. Just that she can tack on extra range. And she can advance too if she wishes, and she gains advantage. Okay, chooses not to advance too. Just goes to range 3. Okay. You saw the barrel was interesting, but it makes sense just because Guile can't assault the duck under it. Oh, no, oh, Guile can play sweep kick on defense and actually dodge optic barrel, so that's dangerous actually. Just sweep kick on range 2 to swap sides, and if he calls out that's a EX spike or EX octave barrel, it's actually a good response. But no, gains advantage. And it was good damage too. It was a optic barrel 6 damage. Yeah, EX optic barrel. No prep. Wild swing. Come on. Everything has plus 1 speed should be fine, right? It's actually kind of risky, but Null's range 3 isn't the best. Don't do that, maybe. You can wall swing in range 2. Wall swing in range 2 is always good, but not in range 3. Okay, choose the prep. Uh, kind of a waste. It's only got one attack off. Gal chooses to boost defend, has to discard down 1. Okay, toss away a dive. Ugh. Ugh, don't do that. Just search, man. No. Okay, you know what? Players can do what they want. But I don't like it when you spread when the whole discard spread out like that. So now Noel's down to her last turn of overdrive. And unfortunately, can only close the retreat 1, and that's it. This might have to be. If this set goes on long enough, I don't know if I want to split multiple videos. Maybe I have to. Okay. Finally decides to retreat 1, and then strike. Okay. Does not have plus 1 speed. Could this actually be a type 1? Not type 1, I mean Bullet Storm? Kyle does not have much options in range 4. Yeah, this actually could just be a Bullet Storm here, honestly. If I were a betting man, I would bet his Bullet Storm. Yep, there's the Bullet Storm. Unfortunately, Gal tossed away a dive earlier. Could have had EX dive for that interaction, but unfortunately only has the singular dive, which loses hard to Bullet Storm. But it's fine. Still, pretty much even life. Gal boost shades. If you hear background noise, there's basketball, so pardon me about that. Kyle's almost true deck. Yeah, he is. Maybe we might see a reading play from him? Breeding play the Sonic Boom, something like that. While Carpet deliberates on his turn, I'm going to grab some food. What's the interaction? Okay, it looks like Type 1, above curve Type 1 beats Sonic Boom. Yeah. Yep, Guile had no, Type 1 was pretty much pretty safe here. Unless Guile was big brain and decided to play it slow to bait it out. So makes sense. Type 1 on defense, above curve. No one gets rid of shades. Now just looking rough for Guile. No more gauge. No gauge, no shades. And Nolan's a couple of gauge to just close out the game. Plus one speeds, spending gauge for plus one speeds is totally worth it at this point just to seal out the game. Boost armor guard here, makes sense. It turns on his mid speeds like his ignore guard. No, he boosted. No, he boosted Homeland Defense turn one. But it does turn on his mid speeds like spinning back knuckle. Pitches away cross. Does he have both crosses down? If both crosses are down, then Noel can initiate slows, and Guile probably doesn't get out of the way. Choose to prep. Hmm. What could he be digging for? Well, maybe his Ultra. Zero Gun Fenrir? He has 2 gauge. He can definitely. He has a second copy of it somewhere. Maybe play for Zero Gun is a good way to close out the game. 157 is a good stat line. Draw 2 on top of that and push 2. Will the prepping come back to bite him in the butt? It does. It looks like it's his latest card draw. Oof. Null takes 6 to the face. And forced to discard a card. Assault through. Assault through one of Null's more mediocre cards, but it's still a good way to gain advantage and to beat sweeps, interestingly enough. Step in also a pretty decent boost as well. Yeah, that was a pretty big swing. Now Guile has the life lead. And yeah, sometimes that's the problem if you don't if you dig through your deck too much and don't take account of your opponent's readings, it uh can come back and haunt you. That was a pretty big life swing. And I don't think we've seen a spike from Noel yet. Have we? I don't know if Noel boosted defend. I don't think she did. Therefore making that reading a very good choice. Moving to Rage Tree is interesting. Does Noel have good Rage Tree options at this point? Probably we can deduce because she only has 8 cards left. I feel like she's dropped an assault before, so she really only has assault, and that's it. Hmm. I wonder why she went to Rage Tree. Maybe to do a zero gun play before advance 2 strike. Both parties down to O'Gallon has 6 cards left total. I did not card count properly, so I'm not sure what options he has left. But Assault should be pretty free for Guile. Assault into a fast to close out the game. If he doesn't have that sequence, then perhaps a Guile action is in order. Draw 1 card from deck and then 2 fresh cards, and he can strike with whatever he pleases. Oh, he's parrying. Parry focus. Ah. So now Guile's hand's technically known, and he'll Carpe is gonna looks like he's gonna Carpe is gonna tip it for his opponents. Yeah, he has the EX Assault. Okay, so he got rid of focus just to eliminate counterplay against the EX Assault. Even then, mm, yeah, maybe I think singular assault into preemptive assault at range 1 is actually a very good sequence. I wonder if he could have just gone for that instead of taking the turn to parry. But I'm not sure what Noel's trending with only 7 cards left. All right, moves to range 1, has hit gain advantage. Can steal advantage from Guile if he chooses to play assault. I think Noel at this point is just threatening the 157, her 157 Ultra. If Guile preemptive strikes, oh, okay, Guile is gonna draw 3 new cards, and it's gonna strike either that or he's gonna elect to discard. Yes, shuffle your hand, Carpe. Yes. Now he won't know what it is. Now it's a mystery. Could this be a sweep? We got a sweep. Very good for him. Oh, it's a grasp. Okay. Not as good as sweep, but gets the job done to stuff that ultra. threatening the zero gun at range 1. He accurately susses it out. I don't know if Null has any sweeps or focuses left, so if she doesn't have any slows left with guard, then that's grasp is completely free. You could have also just done preemptive assault at range 1 and also be fine. But it's fine. He moved her to range 3, which means he could just assault later. Oh my plywood electing to prep, which is a mistake? Why not just Ga has assault. Why not just oh, I guess he does she does have cross. No, just EX assault and then just checkmates her hand. I think the best thing Null could do is maybe just reshuffle and at least maybe have the yeah. Well, plywood just has to force the wild swing for the answer here. But looks like what was I about to say? Oh, wild swing's the answer. Actually no. She still dies. Rip. Not enough armor. And Carpe takes game 2. Well done. So we are both tied up 1-1 now. To be honest, there wasn't much Poma Pirate could have done. If he chose to reshuffle, then he's forced to get his Astral, and then he's forced to Wild Swing anyway. So, but probably reshuffling is just better, just so that if you do somehow survive that turn, you can just play Burst and, draw 2, take an action. Totally fine. Looks like cpat wants to join me for game 3, so I will allow him. Hopefully the volume balance will be right, because I'm not able to test right now. Alright, okay, we just hop into the low 99 room. Hello? Okay, cpat gets some water and then he'll be co-commentating, which will be perfect because I'm also eating. Oh, looks like they already chose the characters. Bibson versus Hakumen. No season 6 today. I'm sad. But it's fine. Bison, Poma Play was a pretty comfort pick, so it makes sense. I think Bison, both of these characters are gauge monsters, but I think Bison might do better. Might do good against Hakumen, just because Bison has obscene amounts of power. And also 2-3-6-6 gain advantage, attacks miss. Bison has some specifically anti-Hakumen tools, I feel. So Carpe has to be careful defending against Hakumen. You could cut. Oh, hey, cpat.
Oh, sorry. What about Yukikaze? Let the
No, I
people
was saying
know.
how Bison's actually pretty nice into Hakumen because Bison could play his 2-3-6-6 Ultra and just completely disregard Yukikaze entirely.
Um.
The one that gains advantage and attacks miss him.
Oh, you're talking. No, you're talking about. Oh yeah, Nightmare Booster, right?
Nightmare Booster. Is it attack called Nightmare Booster?
Yeah, it's a crit ability on Nightmare Booster.
Okay, the
I
attack is
think.
called Nightmare Booster. Okay, I forgot the name
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
that's It's the Ultra.
The Moon Song. Better Moon
Yeah,
Song.
it's Moonsong. Moonsong, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
And imagine if I just started recording from here. Yoink, this is my video now. This is mine.
Might as well because it's friggin' 2 hours.
I know, you've been in here for a while. I hopped into the room a while ago, but I just started paying attention like 10 minutes ago.
You had to get some food because it was lasting a while.
You left the people?
You had to get some fried rice.
Amazing. Well, it's game three. At least it's not best of five.
Yep, this will be the last one.
We might be here for another hour though, seeing how yeah, this room's been up for just about 2 hours. Just
Yep,
about.
about an hour per game, so
Who's the slow player? Is it Pwned by Plywood or is it Carpe? Or
Pone's the
sorry,
one that's
Curubethion.
Carpe slash Curubethion. I just call him Carpe because I'm used to it. Uh,
Yeah,
Pomapie was a slower player. Takes more times on
is he?
some of his turns. So
Feel like I casted him in the last tournament. I don't remember against who the
Ishai
I casted I oh you're right, it was against Ishay. It took about an hour. Actually, let me
for
check.
for
He
one
had
game, right?
50. Yeah, for one game. I only casted
Yeah,
one game. And that one game took 59 minutes and 8 seconds. And I'm pretty sure it was a
that
stomp as
checks.
well. It was like not a close game.
Oof. Yeah, some players are slower than others, but hey,
No timer.
no timer. And as long as one side is not deliberately playing slow in a way
As long as
that's
they're not
painful for
spending
the
25
opponents,
minutes on a call shot, you mean?
yeah, as long as they're not spending 25 minutes to make a call shot, then it's fine.
Uh,
Oh man.
so I believe we actually saw Pwn by Plywood play Bison in the last tournament.
I was saying that Bison's his comfort pick because I'm pretty sure he played in the most.
What other characters did he have in the thing? Oh, I gotta make a thumbnail for you.
He
I'll
replaced
do
the
that right now,
propeller.
actually.
Oh, thank you. He replaced propeller with beheaded.
Ah, interesting.
But I think those two characters are kind of similar because they're just pretty much all rounders.
See Bison do the Bison prep.
Yep, Bison Prep turn one, not bad.
No Bison dollars. How come moving to range two is interesting?
Yeah. Uh, range one is probably better. I think it's overall just better for Hakumen.
Yeah, well, that and like
But it has something
Bison's range one
specific,
is relatively worse than his range two, I guess. Kind of.
kind of. Yeah. Though Bison's range two is still not bad.
Yeah. I'm saying his range one is worse than his range two.
Del Reverse turns on at range two.
That's true. Just hop on over and then hop to the other side.
Yep. It's a funny attack. Right, boost defend.
Defend. Not a fan of crit spikes, I see.
Shame.
I know, right? That's the best way to play Bipson. Just hit him
Yeah.
with the crit spike.
Initiate crit. It's like, oh, it's head stall. It has to be, and it's just a fucking spike.
Yeah.
I hate that mix up, by the way.
Well, I like playing it. I don't like playing
Yeah.
against it. I'll say that much.
Yeah, as the opponent, it's
Mm.
rough. Either way, you're just taking a boatload of damage and you guess wrong if you guess wrong.
I wonder what Hawkman's trying to hit at range two. If
I'm
that
not
wouldn't be better at range one.
I'm
Enma
not
is the only
sure.
one I can
Yeah.
think of that performs better at range two than range one.
No, I was about to say he's just representing Enma. That's the only thing I could think of. Especially since he spent a cross to get a range two. So
Yeah.
that's the thing about run, right? Like you uh pre-season six, if you spend run, then you're basically saying to the opponent, hey, I'm not gonna cross out unless you have the second
Plus, of
copy.
course, you're doing the run into cross. Yeah.
Yeah, the classic hit and run tactic. I've
Plus,
seen
dude,
that
he
before.
Agito boosted. This Agito is just so weird. Agito's just like past turn.
Yes, essentially it is a pass turn boost.
Right?
Unless I mean he has an advanced effect, but it's just the hit effect is
Yeah.
so minor.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you become better Gordo.
Well, that's not hard.
Hey, don't be so rude.
Well, it's you're 2 hours in. We have to inject a little bit of spice into the commentary.
I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a little bit of
Of
dead air
course.
before, but because I can't.
Well, I mean, you went to go get food. I did that during commentary once too. I was just like, well,
It's too
now it's the
too
appropriate
hungry.
time to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 2.5 hour set between two guys I'd never heard of before. And it's like
You
time to
never heard
get
of
food.
Carpe? Oh wait. Oh, I
No,
see.
no, no. I'm talking about my set. The
Ah,
set that
okay.
I commentated was 2.5 hours long.
Oh, I see. Got it. All right.
I'd never
Bison
seen them before,
action.
and they were slow. Another one. It's like
Yeah.
Crusher into the gauge now.
Yep. Makes sense. Side pressure not particularly valuable here.
Expecting Carpe to boost again. I just don't know with what. He's perfectly happy just sitting here. Although both these players are just kind of building cage. Oh, it's an actual meaningful boost. It's light.
Yep.
A
Oh,
second sweep drops in the gauge.
Hakumen bleeding info. One of the weaknesses of the character.
Uh,
Can drop things he doesn't necessarily want to engage. But yeah, I like a good choice here. Pretty much negates Bison's range 2 game. Oh, we going to see
well,
EX?
is he critting? Is the question. No crit.
No crit.
EX. I have
It
no. Is this EX assault?
could actually just be a funny Bison special as well at this point, honestly. With plus 1 armor plus regard, you're pretty much safe to do whatever.
Slide kick, but slide kick you would crit is a problem. I feel like you'd crit all the funny Bison specials. No, like you'd crit somersault, you'd crit sliding kick, and you'd crit.
D Devil Reverse will dodge. Yeah,
Also
will
dodge
dodge.
the
Dodges,
Zentetsu.
yeah, it's Devil Reverse is the funny cross.
Oh, I did. I mean,
Nice.
I did not expect a funny cross into a light, nor did I
No, no, no,
expect
no.
a
He
light
has
Zentetsu.
he has a defend up. That's why I think this like playing funny Bison specials are
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
No, like this is the special I forgot about actually.
You forgot about that one? Ah, fair.
Yeah, I forgot about this one because it's Bison dollars for me. Into the 4-speed Zentetsu, which is
Not fast enough.
nope.
And unfortunately, Hawkman will burn a gauge just to whiff. Sad. And
I know.
loses all those boosts. Oh, that was a good choice from pwnbyplywood there.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Bison gets his range 3
Yep.
with both lights down as Hawkman as well, which is kind of actually really sad.
Yeah, definitely. First track of the game.
Back to Hawkman now. Hawkman what prepares, and yeah, there it is.
Wow, how
The
could you have
classic.
guessed?
The classic. Well, I mean,
Uh,
I counted, and I only counted up to 5 in the hand, so
Playing Hawkman is basically the most relaxing experience you can get in Exceed, by the way.
nah, dude. I play Hawkman into Banks Chica, and it turns out Hawkman as a character actually has to think.
No, but I mean like
Oh,
if you,
you mean like the
if you don't
yeah,
particularly care about win, if you don't particularly care to try hard, then Hawkman's very relaxing because you just get
there you go.
resources,
Yeah,
and
you sit
you
you
just
sit
lazily
there.
boost
Yeah,
and you get resource. Yeah,
you boost a Guido.
what a chill guy.
But my plywood has a turn to strike at range 3 here if he wants to take it.
Yeah, and he has
Almost
3 gauge
certainly gonna
too.
be faster too.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
3
he
gauge.
needs 4. He needs
You
4
need
for his
4 for
ultras to get
crit
the most
nightmare.
value
Yeah.
for both Psycho Punisher and Nightmare Booster. You want 4. There's actually 4 gauge ultras because it's too good to miss out on the crit effects.
Yeah. So probably because of that, probably just see another Bison prep, yeah.
Think so.
Unless we're gonna see the super greedy Bison play of Exceed.
I've seen this before. I've seen Bison Exceed
Low-key, I
before
think
to some
Exceed here
effect.
is actually not terrible. It's like
Yeah, what's
actively
the Exceed
very
mode? It's like
effective.
you can basically put more cards in gauge and get more cards back. And though you're allowed to use your Exceed action immediately when you exceed.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's okay. You can still maintain the critical threats.
Right. I cannot check Bison's flip side. Maybe I'll just look it up.
It's just says as an action you may add up to 3 cards from your hand to your gauge and then draw that many cards, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. and then he's allowed to do it immediately upon exceeding, so he
Yeah, and
immediately
then
has
you
the
can do it when
gauge.
you
Yep.
exceed. Correct. Yep.
If it's
It's
gonna
not
be
super
like
common,
a,
but
yeah, actually, it might be a fine decision here.
I
Yeah.
think it's totally fine here.
Hawkman games tend to be long, so
Nope, we just see the fourth gauge built up.
fair.
Now we're threatening the Nightmare booster. Hawkman doesn't even have his 4 gauge yet. I'll get it this turn, but
Yep.
that was actually a turn where Loki, no, because Hawkman still, never mind. I was about to say, there was a turn where Hawkman's defensive options weren't the best, but then, like, there's still 2 focuses up. Or there's a chance that Hawkman's defensive options weren't the best with only 3 gauge. One's on Tetsu down and EX sweep down as well.
Yeah. Okay. I
Massive.
like the massive armor guard, more defenses. Fortunately, it doesn't have sweep, so he can't full board
Yeah, it doesn't
sweep.
have sweep, so can't full board sweep. Yeah, exactly. He
Oh my
can
what?
hit another second Zatetsu here looks really good actually with both crosses down.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Hawkman. I mean, yeah, Bison dropped both crosses, so
Alongside both Devil's Reverse. Is there anything else that dodges cross in Bison's kit? Oh, crit Psycho Crusher does actually. Oh wait, crit Psycho Crusher would advance. Yeah,
yeah,
because
you go
yeah. Oh my,
no crit.
EX no crit. What's the discard like Spike? I don't remember the
Not
second card.
much. Spike and something else.
Feels
Maybe
like this
assault
feels like Jazz Hands.
or EX. No, yeah, if it does feel like dive to me, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like dive to mitigate the to try to mitigate the boost. Could be assault, but
Yeah, I think dive is more likely just to because Hawkman will be wanting to trade here.
Hawkman is down 1 cross. Still has an Enma to deal
Oh
with
yeah,
the EX
Enma,
dive
yeah.
if there's EX dive.
Nope.
Could also just be a speed 6 slide kick, although I don't know why you wouldn't crit it.
Yeah, critting it seems like a no-brainer. Yeah. Will we see the Enma? Enma's a good call out because I think there's anything that's not EX assault.
I mean, Enma will still trade.
Yeah, you would trade with slows because you have +2
Will
armor,
trade with
so
slows
you're
because you have
fine.
yeah. You're just a little bit sad because you'll give advantage, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really foresee this being like. I mean, it's obviously not Nightmare Booster, right? Because you want to play
Oh,
Todas,
he
but
just wall
Wild
swing.
Swing is kind of sad.
Yeah, that
Now
is
it's really
sad.
sad. Second Grasp. Was that the only card in Hakuin's deck that missed?
Um, oh dear, I think it
I
was.
I think it's the only
No,
card in
other
Hakuin's
than
deck that
Spike.
missed.
Other than Spike, obviously.
Oh yeah, Spike would have missed.
Sad. Unlucky. That's a actual unlucky wall swing. Because with +2
Didn't
armor, +2 guard is very consistent.
didn't craft the deck well enough.
Oh man. Actually,
Should have been
EX
better.
Assault does pop random stuff that has no guard on it, so
Yeah, but it's Hakuin. Everything is guard on.
yeah, there's only one thing that doesn't have guard, that's just
It's
Gurren.
just Gurren that doesn't have card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sad. I guess Carpe should just craft his deck better.
I'm shocked that he Watswung.
Yeah, honestly. 7
Because
cards.
it wasn't EX Spike, so you could just trade it up with basically anything in your hand.
Yeah, then if you want to if you're worried about dive, then well maybe he didn't have Enma. Maybe he was convinced it was EX dive.
Maybe he was convinced it was EX Dive, yeah.
If you're convinced about EX dive, then wall swing does make sense. Okay, treats one.
He he either backsteps or retreats one
Oh, you just spend a
with
force
move
to move
action.
back one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
Don't
range
know.
two
That takes
though?
assault now, no. Why range two? I have no idea.
I
I have no idea what he's trying to hit at range two.
yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean,
Because if it
if
was
he's trying
Enma,
to,
he would have hit it last turn.
yeah, he would have yeah, huh. I am not sure what's going on here with this range two play against Bison, who is still scary at range two.
Maybe no, there's always second cross. It's like then what you do? Then you're
Yeah,
at range five. Sit there and prep until Bison spends one turn to move in. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, how come at long range is actually not it's not good because it's really just Yukikaze and like a 4 damage Shippu, which is kind of meh,
Shibu,
which is
yeah.
very meh. It's
Especially
very
because
meh.
Hawkman only has 10 cards left in his deck as well. So Exceed needs to come soon if he wants to do it pre-reshuffle.
Yeah. Got to build 3 more gauges. Building up 3 more gauges is easy though.
Yeah, it is.
So he's definitely gonna do it before he burns through his first deck.
And pwnbyplywood has Gordo in his roster, but you didn't pick him.
Yeah, I pointed that out, but I didn't see him. I didn't see any season 6 today, so
No, season 6.
yeah.
Your
Unfamiliar. I
favorite
guess
card?
they're both new to their characters, I'm pretty sure. Um, I don't think
Hmm.
Carpe has played with him that much, maybe like a couple of times.
Hmm.
Hakumen is definitely more of a cover pick because he actually picked Hakumen in the first Jungies Japes.
Did he? I see.
Yeah, he just likes to build lots of resources. I think it was like Hakumen, Enchantress, Seijin.
Sagen.
Yeah,
Sagen, yeah, I remember the Sagen.
A bunch
Is
of
that another
cards or a bunch of
EX?
gauge.
Is that another EX from pwnbyplywood? He just, yeah, it is.
Jeez, calm down, my friend.
Well, this
It's
is
gonna crit it.
EX Nightmare or EX Head Stomp. It's one of the two.
EX Psycho
Oh,
Punisher
could be EX Psycho Punisher as well.
just to destroy his soul. One block engage. That's a bit
And
worrying.
the problem is, I'm pretty sure Somersault Skull Diver is also a threat here. So you can't just block for free.
Yeah, yeah. The card's ignore armor is actually very nasty. You cannot. This card is Summer Skull Diver is always something you have to watch out for Bison because it's part of a mix-up. His mix-up.
We sliding kick. The problem is Bison keeps spending his cards in pairs. So there's actually a ton of EXs this could be. I mean, a lot of them do the same thing, but still.
Yeah, sliding kick is on curve.
Like
Yeah.
like slide kick, head stomp are basically the same thing.
Well, at least we know that it's. Could this be EX Head Stomp?
It could be.
Just for 7 power to
Yeah, seven power,
pop
seven
stuff.
speed. Pop Sentetsu.
Yeah, but if I were to guess, I feel like it's a Psycho Punisher.
A Psycho Punisher.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess the no. I'm gonna guess this is. You know what? We're gonna say it's a slide kick. I don't know why.
On curve
We're
slide
gonna
kick,
say
7 power,
we're
push
gonna
2.
say on curve slide kick. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you know what?
to set up a nightmare booster next turn.
Okay, you know what? I think. Yeah, I like that. I think sliding kick is probably.
I mean, we're just guessing. This is likely just the EX that he's drawn, so there's no like read there, right? This is
Yeah.
just like this is just pwnbyplywood playing, drawing EXs, and then playing them as he goes.
Yep.
Almost assuredly. Almost assuredly.
Oh no, he's
Oh,
wall swinging. Oh,
that's not gonna
that's not
work.
gonna work at all.
Hey,
Oh, it's gonna take a casual 7
7 power slide
damage.
kick. Yep. Pwnbyplywood's still at 30, by the way.
Push 2. Yeah, Bison's he's just slow tempo characters. Bison's just really destructive.
I mean, it's a lot of Hawkman's just kind of been doing nothing all game, letting Bison build up after every EX, it feels like.
Yeah, and he's standing at range 2, which gives Bison more opportunities.
Yeah, just not he's just like not staying at range 1.
Yeah, just be at range 1 versus Bison. Carpe, if you're watching this later, be at range 1 versus Bison. Trust me, he doesn't really have
Yeah.
anything at range 1.
Don't don't deal with this.
One thing he's got at range 1 is like
The only
sliding
problem
kick,
is now if he goes
somersault
to
skull
range 1,
driver.
he still has EX Psycho Punisher now.
Oh, that's true.
Before it was okay, but now it's a little bit less okay.
Yeah, Psycho Punisher at range 1 is actually very good because it catches cross.
6 defenses when it's EX4, why it's not, which is good enough. How does Carpe come back here? Again, the range 2. There you go, second Yukikaze. for the deck.
I think Carpe has mistaken Hakumen for Jin because they're the same person.
Is that the lore?
Yeah. Like
Oh, that's
Hakumen,
pretty.
Hakumen is like
I see.
Jin from like another timeline or something.
Oh, Jin from like a timeline where Jin's like cool
Yeah,
or
when
has like
Jin
cool
gets like
armor.
badass samurai armor, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I think he's mistaking him for wrong. Hakumen's fairy range for being two instead of one,
Hmm.
which is it's gonna cost him this. I think it's just his and now Bison's just gonna do whatever the hell he wants again.
Yeah, this is gonna
Crit.
be Head Stomp or Nightmare. Which one do you want? I don't think this one's Psycho Punisher, but it could be.
Yeah, if he wants to be safe, just play a speed six something.
Yeah, it's the Head Stomp. Second Zantetsu will catch it. The only problem is Heikman doesn't really have a lot of health to trade.
Yeah, so he can't afford to take this trade really. Zantetsu had to do 7 damage. Yep.
7. Yeah, there it is. That was second Zantetsu now down as well.
I guess he wants to stand at range two so that Zantetsu can be grasped, but still, I'm not
I
giving
guess.
Bison range two is just much worse.
But like Hawkman took 22 damage to not do that, to not get to hit his Zantetsu basically at range 2 this whole game.
Yeah, it's not you know, it's gonna be. I think to answer your previous question about how Hawkman wins this, I think he just has to exceed and then I guess just play a couple Yukikazes, right?
The problem is both Yukikazes are currently. Oh, what's in the gauge? So
And
it's
once
that's at
engaged, so
okay.
he gets one
Yeah,
guaranteed pretty much
one
if
for
he,
free. Second
he
one's in the discard, so I'll get shuffled back in.
so he has to survive long enough to be overdrived and then maybe get some good Yukikazes and he'll be fine.
Yeah, there's another problem with Zantetsu is that it does set you a little bit more far behind in your exceed side because it spends 2 gauge,
Yep. It's actually instead of going engage even, it sets you back
and Hakumen only down to 5 cards left in deck, so
one,
needs to have the thing soon.
two more, I believe.
I mean, Hawkman can easily build it up. Just don't prep twice, but
Yeah.
just don't prep twice, and you've built it. But you're so slow. Why did why why did Poe by Plywood drop a Psycho Punisher?
He parried it,
Ah, okay, okay.
which
Good
I
parry
think
there
is
from
fine.
good parry there
You
from
don't, you
Carpe.
don't,
No,
you
good
don't,
parry.
you don't want to get
Good
hit by
parry.
that. Like even
Yeah,
Psycho Punisher to block at this point, just like he gains advantage, so it's just like ugh.
he gives advantage. Yeah,
Yeah. Bison's
both blocks now
actually,
down now though.
yeah, both blocks. If he wants to play his Shippus, he's gonna sacrifice getting overdrive, I think. Oh, chose a prep. Okay.
That was not. That looked like a change card 0.
Just because they're, oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Only drew one.
Yeah,
So Carpe knows
but like
the tech.
really, there's no boost that Carpe wants to play. Like no Fierce, no even Agido.
I don't know. Bison chose the prep. Bit of a slow action from him when he has 5
Um,
gauge and Hakumen's only at 8
I'm
HP.
assuming Bison's like plus 12 cards left in the deck. Now we're gonna see the reshuffle action come out from Carpe.
Oh, he wants to get Akametsu.
Picks up the Akamatsu. I like how he does it properly. Puts it on top of his deck. And second Yukikaze into the
Wait, he's supposed
gauge.
to discard down before. Wait,
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess are
That
you
leaves at
supposed
8.
to after drawing end of turn? I wonder if the discard happens first
I have no idea.
before. I don't know the proper
I
sequencing.
don't know. I don't know. We'll just say this is right.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Just say this is right.
But yeah,
I
look,
feel like I feel like the discard happens after because it's just after drawing at the end of your turn. It's like immediately after drawing after the end of your turn. Is how
right.
I read it, but maybe I'm not 100% sure. +4 power boosted from
The
attack
fastest
in the
tech
end.
possible.
I know. Another card. Now there's a Shippu in there.
Okay, his how come,
Two
how come
Yukikazes and a Shippu.
his next overdrive promises to be good.
The only problem is it's gonna take a turn, right?
Yes, it's gonna take a turn, and then it's gonna take time for them to slowly come back to his hand,
Yeah.
and he might not have that much
No
time.
time. No time.
He's out of touch and out of time. Crit? Okay.
Crits. I mean,
Skulldriver.
Skulldiver or crits. Nightmare boot or Psycho Punisher.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that are still up, I believe. Could be no, it's not crit Psycho Punisher that there's. Oh, Psycho Crusher actually like weirdly hits, but I don't think it's that.
Probably doesn't care if you get hit by Akametsu at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, Psycho Punisher just
Well,
kills through Akametsu.
the problem. Yeah, it advances too.
Okay.
This Akametsu. Yeah, I mean,
Hey, that's the
this is
trade.
the tactical. This is the tactical get hit because you see both Yukikaze's down, so you don't have to deal with that card anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's the tactical. It's the tactical get hit.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm willing to take 10 here, not having to deal with Yukikaze ever,
Yeah.
because they're either engage or in discard.
Well, let's just say if pwnbyplywood has to deal with Yukikaze this game, he's already lost.
Yeah, it's true. Wait, how come? Wait.
What?
Oh, wait. Protect Rage 1 do not hit you. You're right. Okay. Duh.
Yeah,
Duh. I'm
yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
I forget
You can't.
Akametsu's broken.
Yeah, no, Akamatsu is very good. Very good. You need
You
before
need to,
push or pull.
yes, before push or pull or after push or pull, it's fine too.
Yeah,
Just
very few
some push or
characters
pull
have
that
that.
doesn't require hitting the
That doesn't
opponent,
require hitting. Yeah,
which is a
only few
rare.
characters have that.
Yeah. Bison's still winning, but hey.
It's like totally fine-ish.
But
Although now like Hawkman is kind of like back into the game.
yeah, but the ultras are what makes Hawkman scary, and he pretty much has none, so that's also bad.
I guess the correct play from Bison was actually crit block.
Could block, yeah, debate.
Yeah,
Oh,
crit block. Yeah, just bait out the Akametsu.
does Bison have retreat to take another action? Oh, he
Yeah,
does
he's
a
quick
quick
backdash,
backdash.
but it's
Okay,
on sliding kicks, so it's
yeah, we
already
already
gone.
spent it. Yeah, quick backdash would have been very good, but he didn't have it.
So Tetsu drops. So that's another card that Hawkman would use to trade up. Now gone.
Yeah,
Is that a prepare from Hawkman? Bison now putting a fourth gauge in for crits Psycho Punisher in
Psycho
the future,
Punisher. Yep,
which is lethal
makes.
still. Loki,
However,
this tactical hit does kind of bring Hawkman back into the game, Loki.
no, it does, it does,
It totally does.
because Hawkman just needs like two big ass hits, and then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
He'll
Psycho
build a
Punisher
gauge
will
for
not.
Shippu by the end of the game as well. He'll build a gauge for it.
Yeah, by the time you get Shippu, you can actually trade with Psycho Punisher, which is interesting.
And on top of that,
Actually, no, Psycho
this
Punisher stuns it. Never mind, I'm dumb.
Psycho Punisher will stun it. You need EX Shippu. But
Yeah,
oh, EX Shippu is no longer in the game because what Shippu
no,
was in the gauge.
yeah.
But so EX Psycho Punisher no longer in the game either, unless Bison reshuffles though, so it's fine.
Hmm.
Oh, but Psycho Punisher does 9. Sad.
No, it
You need a
does a
massive, but massives are down. Hawkman doesn't have any other armor boosts or anything, just massive. And then
defend.
his stun immune boost is on Shippu, so
Yeah, but theoretically, if Hawkman can like
Hawkman
outtrade him in one
needs
turn,
a reading.
yeah, that's a good way to. Oh,
Boosting
okay.
Zanshin. I did not expect this.
Me neither.
Spending
I thought he
drops.
would want to
I thought
just
Shippu was basically free because both of Bison's crosses were down.
yeah. It's like stun immune is fine and dandy, but stun immune is not armor. So
Yeah, like you basically need to like trade up twice big win or like have two small clean hits and one big trade up.
mhm.
So I'm a little bit shocked that Shippu is not the trade up tool that Carpe will be using. I mean, Zanshin is a trade up tool in theory, but
Yeah.
So what? You're gonna Zanshin into like a focus or something?
Yeah, 7 power
Zanshin
focus.
into sweep. The thing is, you can't really initiate sweep because
No, sweep will not help
in
against like crit cycle punisher. That's you're just dead.
yeah yeah. Oh, Pulled by Plywood's now gonna reshuffle.
Oh, okay.
Gets those options back. I'm assuming he reshuffled because he picked up like a block and a nightmare booster. You don't even need a block if you're a Bison, maybe.
I don't know how I feel about that reshuffle.
Just feels like Bison's just kind of like sitting here doing nothing for a while, right? Like we've been like Hawkman's been at 8 health for the longest time.
Yeah, CC zero.
Oh, CC zero.
He's
I
done that
mean,
twice.
look at Hawkman's deck. Hawkman could deck himself out.
Yeah, yeah. He has to be careful.
Wait, I want to see that happen. Bison boost assault.
Yeah, make Hakumen deck out, make him pay. Usually you never see Hakumen deck out because he can, overdrive over and over.
Yeah, and we'll still probably able to overdrive if not dead here.
Right. Zanshin does add to gauge, which helps make overdriving even
I
easier.
did not know that. I
Yeah,
did not
it's,
know that.
it's insane boost. It's like Zangief's what is it? Super armor or something, whatever that boost is called.
Yeah, flying. It's on the Ultimate Atomic Buster
Yeah,
for
it's like
500
it's like
PA.
that on steroids, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like that's boosted way more often than this.
It's because on Shippu, and Shippu's ridiculous delta.
Wait, doesn't this boost not work?
Hmm?
Doesn't this boost not work? Because the +3 power adds to gauge, and then what? Oh, it's on a before, so maybe it's okay.
It's before, so it's fine.
Yeah,
It's not like hit ignore armor and then add
but
to.
like cease. But doesn't it cease to exist because it adds to gauge on a before? So
Um,
then when you're calculating damage, it's no longer there.
no, it adds. It just. I think it does the math on the spot. It doesn't say. It doesn't say gain hit plus 3 power. I don't know. I think it does the math on the spot, so the attack just gets
Yeah,
plus
but
3
then who
power.
remembers? You gotta remember, Exceed doesn't have a secretary. There's no one remembers. You have to remember it yourself. And if it does, if it's not there, that doesn't remember. I feel like
Hmm. Don't know.
I don't know. We're just gonna assume it works.
I think so. I think it's different from overhead.
Why though?
Uh, what's the? Okay, I'm gonna find the exact wording of overhead now. You're making me curious.
I mean, the exact wording on overhead is ignore armor, now strike, hit, add this to gauge.
Yeah, the thing about overhead that's different is that you lose the ignore armor property on hit. I mean on
Yeah,
hit,
but
it goes gauge.
why would you not lose the +3 power when you add this to gauge though?
Because the
Who
attack gains plus
remembers?
3 power. I mean, it happened like the plus 3 power happens immediately before going to gauge, so therefore it's easy to remember. But uh,
But who
whatever.
remembers? Right, that's the
I will
question.
smile.
You will,
I
you
will
will,
remember it.
you'll remember it. Yeah, okay. What's going on here?
Perry?
Yeah, but why was it direct to that side of the board?
What
What
is
do
he
you think
word?
parry here?
Maybe let me look.
I mean, there's not that many cards left. It's not
Maybe
an ultra parry.
Zantetsu?
Second Zatetsu, yeah.
Don't know. I feel like sometimes I think oh the lag
Yeah,
99
my
I
bad.
ping.
Oh, it's got 999. Yeah,
I
surely
feel like
Zatetsu.
I'm noticing like I think pwnbyplywood's play a little bit too slow. I think like he's not taking opportunities that he should. But I think same goes for
Oh, dive for the parry.
hmm.
What?
So that you can't dive over Cycle Punisher?
So no, Psycho Punch is 4 speed.
Yeah, but if
Um,
Hakumen initiates that, I don't know.
well, how can we initiate dive with a Zanshin on the board and in threat of decking out?
Yeah, that's a big brain play.
Um,
Perhaps just one in hand info.
is Oh, because like Bison, no, maybe because Bison wants to initiate cross.
Oh, perhaps.
It doesn't want to get caught. I
So
don't
I
know.
get
It
caught
just
by.
seems so. It just seems super niche, or like cross likes, like Psycho Punisher, or not Psycho Punisher, the other one.
Yeah, pairing dive seems very odd here. And I think
Yeah,
if
sorry,
Bison
go ahead.
reshuffled before, if Bison chose to reshuffle before getting a second Psycho Punisher, I think that's the mistake, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
So that seems strange to me. Yep.
Surely we see like a reading come out from Carpet. What? Why?
Agito,
Why? Well, I mean, if Bison has a reading, he wins the game now, basically.
does he have it? I think well, he just reshuffled. I guess he could easily have the
He
second.
could. I
I
think he
feel
drew
like the
two off it.
mm,
I feel like he also had them in his deck before he reshuffled as well, so he could have them just in his hand.
I don't think I
Just
see
fun.
Bison play focus once. Oh,
QBD
there we go. He got his QBD from
reading.
reshuffle.
QBD strike crit.
Crit.
Oh, the other ultra, maybe Nightmare Booster.
Night
He never
booster.
played one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Nightmare Booster's insane into this boost set.
yeah. Just puts it all to waste. Well, I mean,
I
Zachi
mean,
goes to gauge, but still a waste.
at the very least, you can play EX Focus and mitigate some damage. It's only 3 damage.
hmm
Problem with EX Focus is that it does draw you a card, and you're only down to 5 cards in gauge, or 5 cards in deck. Excuse me.
Yeah, and then let's see. He'll have six
But
gauge if
you
we
you
choose
kind of
EX
need you
focus.
kind of need to
Oh,
Wild
sweet.
Swing. Wait, was that Wild
No,
Swing? No, it's from
no, it's from
hand.
hand. No, you forgot. I guess he didn't know about Nightmare Booster, not
About the crit on Nightmare Booster.
yeah,
That before should add to gauge from Carpe because
yeah.
Carpe's not stunned here.
Shifu should add to gauge, but it's looking. He doesn't have block, right? It's looking like game over.
Uh, no, I don't think it's block. I don't know, just a lot of passive play for both of these players.
Yeah, and I think
Like,
passive play does.
and
I mean,
even for Hakuben, like it was a passive play, but it was like,
oh, he does a reading. Rip.
oh, he's already okay, it's over.
It's
But it's
over.
just like it just felt
Okay,
like Hakuben boosted
there we go.
Agito twice, right?
Yeah, and Agito is essentially a
What's
pass
that
turn
gonna do?
boost. Yeah,
That's actually just past turn.
it is. There's a lot of situations. The advance up to one isn't very relevant either. But yeah, looks like
Yeah, I think the win con that like I would have gone for, or the not even it's not even a win con. It's just oh, I don't even know because if you read, you end up being faster. I was gonna say read focus, but then you end up being faster, so you can't read focus with the Zanshin up. You have to read something else.
yeah, it's kind of yeah, won't get the plus three power if you're faster. It's a bit awkward that way. But yeah, I think
You kind of have to
overall
read the
the
focus though, because otherwise you just lose, right?
no, I think that's correct. Read focus and then play dive or something to punish it. Actually, no, what did he have in hand? For read
I
focus,
mean, this was his
play.
hand. Just played. I don't know.
Actually, just trade.
Play your own
He can have
focus.
best read focus, play focus, just
Play
so you
his
don't
own
get red.
focus. Yeah, so you don't
A
get
bit,
red exactly.
it's a bit sad, but maybe that's what you do.
It's sad, but I mean, reading loses you the game.
Yeah.
It's just like once. I mean, even without the hand knowledge, there are only 5 cards left in Hawkwind's deck left with 2 focuses left.
Mhm. Yeah, rough spot for Hakumen there. And yeah, pulling by ply would take the set 2-1. Some long games.
How long are we at? That this one only took 40 minutes, 35 minutes.
Yeah, this one is actually short in there. It's
This was
only
the short one, and it was Bison Hawkman with both players doing nothing for a solid 20 minutes. So what was the other matches have been?
uh Null versus What's the second
I
match?
saw the tail end of Noel Guile,
Oh, Gal,
kind
yeah.
of,
And the first one was Hakumen
and with
beheaded. Yeah,
Aquaman beheaded.
yeah,
I see. A lot of dilly dally.
yeah. I think that's a lesson to be taken away from this game. I think for role players is um, I think Carpet did lose the first game to some dilly dallying. Didn't just mash Gurren and win. Not Gurren. I mean
Mhm.
Enma and win on curve at range two.
I
So
see.
not playing that I think costed him the game. So I guess a lesson to take away from both players here is that if you count cards, counting cards is good, and then just seize opportunities before they're gone. Before the opponent
Mhm.
has the counter play to them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah, but still a very close game, very close games, and
Close set.
hard
Yeah,
fought.
close set.
Yeah,
2-1.
thanks for coming on for the last game, cpat.
Of
Cover for me a
course,
bit
for the finale
for the
of that
finale
visit
final
of that
game.
visit.
Yeah, yeah, between two gauge builders. It's interesting.
Between two cage builders.
Yeah,
Two guys who just sat there and stared at each other for 40% of the match
yeah, epic stare
until one of
downs.
them just sort of died.
Yeah, Bison does more damage than Hakumen.
Yeah, the tactical get hit by Akumetsu totally worked, by the way.
It did. The word you could
The
count is to
tactical
worry
get
about.
get hit by Akumetsu totally worked.
Yeah, no, he can overdrive either.
Yeah, force the deck pressure as well.
Yeah, rough.
What can you do?
Yeah. Anyway, better stop the recording here. Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.